Joining us is Democratic analyst Roy Paul.
Democratic strategist and journalist and author and a whole lot of other things, Roy Paul.
And journalist and social commentator Roy Paul.
We've gotten to the point where journalism has stopped covering the issues and started making fun of the people who are making the stories. And that's where I think we have to draw the fine line. At the end of the day, these are actually human beings. They're people. Charles Ramsey is a hero. And we're not talking about the fact that he saved those two young women who were held captive for 10 years.
So let's get started with Paula Deen's sit down with Matt Lauer today. Do you think it helped or hurt her career?
I think it was probably one of the worst interviews I've ever seen.
Really? Why?
She had the kicked on makeup. It was boo-hoo-hoo, woe is me, woe is me. She had an excellent opportunity, I think, to shift the focus from accusation to conversation. Instead of everyone saying Paula Deen the racist, they should have said Paula Deen the one who can come out and add to the conversation about race in our country. And she missed an excellent opportunity to do that. And welcome to 30 Frames a Second. I am not Nat Wood, although many people often confuse us for each other. I will be guest hosting. My name is Roy Paul. We're going to be engaging in a very lively discussion on a number of different issues, from stop and frisk to Trayvon Martin to all of the candidates who are running for mayor. So let's dig a little bit deeper, because Ms. Sekou, her board talked about the fact that he saw this coming. He would have been surprised if the outcome was any different. But there still seemed to be some anger and outrage. Do you think that the country was following this case the way that Mr. Boyd was following it?
But do you find this to be the tipping point, or is this just going to be a conversation piece?
Oh, we certainly hope that it's going to be something that would be the tipping point. But as we see, and I'm sure the Reverend would agree, every time there is an outrage, every time there is a community outcry about something that happened, there always seems to be this temporary fixation with trying to get out there and speak our minds, and then we somehow forget that these issues affect us as individuals. So when you have a race in New York City that gets targeted at an 80% rate of African Americans and brown people in the city, that's not a policy you defend. That's a policy you fix. That's a policy you alter.
In your case, Roy, how do you think the president did? Everyone said in this debate he had to come out swinging because his showing the last time around wasn't so good. Did he do what he needed to do?
He did that and some. During the first debate, many people thought the line was asleep. But during the second debate, the line woke up and he roared. He pretty much told Mitt Romney, you're a non-factor in this election. It was pretty clear that he made the case that Mitt Romney just can't make. When it comes to taxes, there's 5 trillion tax cuts that Romney is going to be putting in favor of the wealthiest of Americans, 2 trillion in defense spending that the Pentagon hasn't even asked for. And then he has no plan of how to pay for all of this.
President Barack Obama have enough steam actually to go over the top and be the president for a second term. Our guest in studio is Roy Paul. We've had him here before.
Chris Christie is, I can't believe I'm saying this, but he's one of the Republicans, few Republicans that actually relate to average voters. You see that with his policies even in the state of New Jersey, being bipartisan when it comes to education in Newark. He's taken a proactive stance in making sure that he rallies around all the people in his state. The issue with Republicans and Mitt Romney is that no one really wanted him to be the nominee. And what I don't understand is why there is such resistance on behalf of the commissioner and the mayor to at least readdress how the policy is working. It goes to a larger issue, Deshaun. Insensitivity. The mayor and the police commissioner have shown time and time again that they're insensitive to issues that are affecting the minority community. I hope that it's not just another Ramarley grandmother, Trayvon Martin, that we get to the point where we realize that if we don't start fixing the institutional problems that created this mess in the first place, we're just going to keep going after this one after the other, and it could be me, it could be the Reverend, it could be one of the men operating these cameras or women operating these cameras. So until we get to a point where we understand that it's not just these individuals, it's not just Trayvon Martin that it's happening to, that it could happen to us, then we're not going to wake up.